So, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, everyone. Thank you very much to join us today. Is the 6th of May. Is 9:05 over here in London today, and we have a special event focused on British University in Vietnam. So I can see many familiar faces. I can see as well more agents try to enter on Zoom at the moment. So I will still 1 minute and introduce myself. My name is Richard Affolter. I'm the director of WEBA, and I will run the event today together with Matt and Martin from the British University in Vienna. Before to start, I want to say a big hello to Mrs. Kulkarni, which I know since over 20 years now. Hello, Mrs. Kulkarni. Nice to see you. I hope everything is well with you and still doing business in educational business. I hope your husband is well as well. I remember we met each other in Germany last year, 1.5 years ago, to a farm trip to a medical university in Frankfurt. So as well to all the other that I met over here in Switzerland, Lakwinder Singh, and many of you that I met in London and in India as well. Simran, our staff member from WEBA in Mumbai. Nice to have you here. And as well, all the other agents. I want to invite everyone to remain on mute modality. This is very, very important so that we can give directly the presentation to all of you. And this will be very, very important during this process. There is a chat system, as you can see over here, a chat system. And during the presentation of Matt and Martin, you are more than welcome to start to put your questions down so that I can read the questions on the chat system and I will bring the question to Matt. The very interesting part to bring on board this university, and for me is a challenge. And when I spoke to Matt the first time, I said, wow, this is something very, very interesting, especially because today, as we all know, is very complex to enroll a student directly in the UK university. So CAS interview is becoming very tough for many students. So British University in Vietnam, in Hanoi, a beautiful place. I've been there many times as well. Is an alternative that give you the opportunity to go first in Vietnam, send your students in Vietnam for the first year, the first 2 years, or even all the bachelor, and then go to the UK and do the master, or do the first year only in Vietnam, and then go to the UK, because this will open the door, and the university will prepare your students for then go in the final end, as you all want to go to the UK. So Matt, I want to say hello to Matt today. Matt, please come on board, unmute yourself.
Hello, Richard. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Matt. Nice to see you. You have a very nice logo on your backside, British University, and we still are welcoming agent at the moment, so they still try to enter, and so this is why I still want 2 minutes more, because I know how complex it is sometimes with the internet connection. Hello, Mrs. Aurora. Welcome to you as well.
Hi.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much to give us the opportunity to attend this webinar. With your blessings, we are getting connected with new countries, new universities every day. So God bless you always.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ma'am. And now we will start with the presentation, and I invite everyone to remain on a mute modality. This is very, very important so that we can explain you everything from A to Z. Matt, you can start to share your screen. This will be very, very helpful. And so we can start to have a look about the university, the location, why study in Vietnam, etc. So this is a very important step. Please share your screen in the meantime.
Yeah, I've sent the request. If you could grant me access.
Yep. Okay, fantastic. So let me see here the request. So we are live, ladies and gentlemen. So can you try one more time, please?
Sure. Okay, yeah, that looks good.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Okay.
So as well, Shamnat, you're based in Sweden. Welcome today. Thank you very much that you join us.
Thank you, Richard.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are now starting with the presentation of the British University in Vienna. And we are here with Matt Jensen, who will give the presentation. Please, very, very important is if you have any question, put the question down on the chat system so I can read this and then I can talk to Matt about this. And all the agents that join us, thank you very much to join me. My name is Richard and we are here with the British University Vietnam. The floor is all yours, Matt. You can start.
Okay. Thank you, Richard, and thank you, everyone. It's so good to see so many people here today. So the key point today, why British University Vietnam and why Vietnam? Mr. Rohr has just said it's about a new study destination, but also the key point today is giving your students access to UK education. So Vietnam is now UK. The best way to get to Vietnam now will be, to get to the UK now for Indian students will be via Vietnam. So the whole point is giving students the opportunity to study a UK degree much closer to home. So we're talking about 2.5 hours from Kolkata to Hanoi. So geographic proximity, cultural proximity, similar climate, not a very different time zone. We're an hour and a half ahead. So great for keeping in contact with family and friends. Guaranteed visa. So this is a really, really important point. So far, we have 100% visa approval for all of our international students, including Indian students. So this will allow your students to start their UK degree here in Vietnam. And after a year or 2 years, or even after bachelor's going to do masters, they'll have a much better opportunity to get a visa in the UK, having already had some years of UK education behind them and a transcript to show for that, or a full degree certificate to show for that. While students are in Vietnam, it's an extremely welcoming country and the visa policy is very friendly as well. So they'll be able to pursue a part-time job while studying in Vietnam. It will be very, very easy for family members to come and visit them as well. So already we have more than 700,000 Indian tourists that visited Vietnam last year. So it's becoming a really, really popular destination for Indians for tourism. And I think it's the next study destination as well, Richard and friends. So those of you here today, you'll be the first to enter the market and to take advantage of that. Yeah, if students stay with us, they can get a British degree. I'll show you which universities we work with. So we operate via a franchise model. So it means the certificate your students will get will look just like a UK diploma, and it will open many doors for them. And that's about 40% the cost when we factor in the tuition fee and living cost. But also, if they choose to go and study in the UK, they're saving a lot of money for the time that they've spent in Vietnam. Yeah, so this is the key point about Vietnam.
Matt,
Richard, any comments you want to add?
Yes, Matt, a short question. Some of the agents that are here with us today, they have sub-agents everywhere in India, but as well in Nepal. So one of the questions came inside was, but you accept as well Nepali students? And the question is, yes.
Yeah, we have a very diverse international student body. So the university is quite new to the international market. But in September last year, we had students from more than 20 different nationalities. None from Nepal yet, but we do have good representation in South Asia. So we have students from India, from both North and South. We have a student from Bangladesh, fantastic student called Sandra, who's on the creative program. We have students from Sri Lanka. So none from Nepal yet, but of course our doors are widely open to students from Nepal as well. Yeah, thank you for the question.
Yeah, you're welcome. I will have more questions coming inside. So I just want to say to Mr. Paudel Shri, which I know him since many, many years, don't worry. They welcome Nepali students. We have several testimonials of students, by the way, from India, Bangladesh, and other students that we will share in the follow-up email. And by the way, to the new agent who's just joined us now, welcome on board. We just started. We have now 35 people with us today, including Matt, myself, and the colleague of Matt. So very important, Vietnam is the next destination for Indian students for many, many reasons. And Matt is now explaining to us why you should choose Vietnam as a bridge to enter then in the UK for the final years of the master. So the floor again is all yours, Matt.
Thank you, Richard. So a little bit more about the university now. So British University Vietnam is all about British higher education, but in particular degrees from University of London. So I just want to show you very quickly how close this link is. So I'm going to just show you Google, actually, if you search for our university. So just bear with me a second. So if you type British University Vietnam into Google, you can try this for yourselves and scroll down. You'll find the University of London page, and you'll see right there the profile of British University Vietnam as a recognized teaching center of University of London. So that relationship dates back more than 10 years, I think 15 years almost now. So BUV has been delivering University of London programs with London School of Economics curricula for a long, long time. So this is obviously a world-class program. It is a certificate that can open doors for your students anywhere in the world, and particularly for them to go to a Russell Group in the UK if they want to pursue a master's and then eventually employment in the UK. So we're talking about a degree certificate and curriculum from, in my mind, the world's best university for economics in the view of the QS top 60 in the world university. And I'll show you today the difference in costing between this program at British University of Vietnam compared to studying this program in London. Okay, so this is another key thing to remember. And as I reload my PowerPoint, I'll ask Richard if he wants to add anything about University of London or BUV.
I think that today to have the University of London degree for every student is a plus. So as you mentioned, they have the option to go to Russell Group after that. So for these students who really want to enter in the top 5 league, how we call it this, have this opportunity and to receive this information directly from you that British University in Vietnam has our body from the University of London is excellent. I mean, I know you work as well with other universities, so you offer degree as well from other university, not only from the University of London, but this is your enter business card for the Indian market and the market worldwide, logical, which can be again Nepal, as I mentioned before, or Sri Lanka, or Bangladesh, or whatever country can be, Afghanistan, Switzerland. So it doesn't matter. I mean, if a university is offering the degree from the University of London, is already one step forward. Matt, we are still working on welcome agents. So the one that joined us, welcome everyone. We just started 5 minutes ago with the British University in Vietnam. Please, Matt.
Thank you, Richard. So good to see so many people here today. So BUV is a university in its own right. So this is a very important point. So we have legal university status in Vietnam, and through collaboration with both the Vietnamese and British governments, we can use that intellectual property as a title, British University Vietnam. So that is a big deal. So we exist as a university, but the degrees that we predominantly offer are these partner degrees from the UK, because this is the international qualification that's going to be known anywhere in the world, and it is of course UK education. I'm from London. I'm a product of the UK system. I'm a graduate of University of Leeds. That system has opened many doors for me, and I've had a wonderful career. I wouldn't be speaking to you today if I hadn't studied at Leeds University. So UK education for me the best, and that is what will create so many opportunities for your students, but they are taught at our campus. Now, this is a world-class campus. It's recognized as 5-star by the QS, and everybody today is invited to come and visit. So I'll tell you when we're going to arrange a fam trip later this month. So please come and visit us if you can. And all of the staff, the teaching staff at the university, are employed by BUV. So our staff are 100% internationally qualified. I believe it's now around 80% that are PhD holders. You can go onto the website and you can see the profiles of our academics. Martin will talk to you today, and he's representing the grad school. He's the head of the grad school. But you'll see a lot of diversity as well, and 80% international faculty. So this is a really important point. The people that are teaching your students will look something like the people who'd be teaching them if they chose to study in the UK. Yeah. So it's a British experience in Southeast Asia.
Matt, one of the questions come inside immediately. We have to remember these are all business people here with us today. They all know how to recruit students for UK university. Some of them have more than 20 offices with us today. And they all ask me, is medium of instruction accepted in Vietnam at the British University of Vietnam? I say yes. Maybe if you can add some point.
Yeah, we have a whole slide dedicated for this. So there are some nuances, but yes, English is accepted, and there's boards where there's within the HSC where there's English language exemptions. And I know Martin would want me to mention that students who've done a bachelor degree in India, where English is the medium of instruction, will be exempt from providing any IELTS. So we talked a lot so far about progression to the UK, but Martin will be sharing with you our postgraduate portfolio. And it can be cheaper to do a master's with us than it can be to study at a top business school in India. So we're going to share this with you today. So also a great option for students that might want to do a master's in Vietnam, potentially to stay. And you know, this economy is booming. So there's fantastic opportunity for those that would invest emotionally and in themselves in Vietnam. But also to go back to India with a British degree that would take 1 year and be very affordable as well. So we'll come back to medium of instruction, but just really quickly, I want to show you who our students are. It's a quick sample, but you can also check this website, Edu Opinions. So we've got these wonderful student reviews. You might have seen the video of Yash Fasin, who's from Bangalore. What our students are talking about is a lot about the international environment at BUV, how safe Vietnam is. And really, this is something that I experienced myself. It's a very welcoming and safe place to live. The campus, so I already mentioned that this is a 5-star, really state-of-the-art campus. Best I've seen in 14 years in academia, I have to say. Better than anything I've seen to date in the UK, genuinely. And also how supportive the staff are, because we're a medium-sized university at the moment. We have just over 2,000 students, so it's at a really nice point where we're growing, but our students have great personal relationships with their lecturers, which you will not get at a Russell Group university like I went to, where there'll typically be 300 plus students on a course and in a classroom. Yeah. I'll just move on now to show you some of the other programs that BUV offers from different awarding bodies, as well as University of London. So you can see that we have three key subject areas that we focus on. So business, which includes hospitality and tourism programs, computing programs, and creative programs as well. So we work with different partner universities, not just University of London. So I'm not going to go through in detail every single program. If people do have questions, we can deal with that. But today is to give you kind of a high level snapshot of what programs the university is offering, and really map out for you how this progression to the UK would work. And in Martin's case, to show you what a master's portfolio is and how that competes, as I said, compared to doing a master's in UK or India. So the University of London programs, which is LSE curriculum, They typically cost 17.5K USD per year. Not typically, that is the conversion into USD. So I've used USD today for fees. Now, this is before any kind of scholarship. These are 3-year programs. So generally, you can consider the bachelor to be 3 years. And this will be the case for South Asian students. They will do 3-year bachelors. With the LSE programs, there is an opportunity for students to go to London and join the LSE summer school. So that's something pretty special. So progression onto final year or second year of LSE, a bit difficult. But of course, if a student has this as a bachelor's certificate, they can do a master's, I would say, anywhere in the world. But it's really going to open doors for them with Russell Group UK universities, no question. We also work with Manchester Metropolitan University, so you can see some very in-demand programs that we have there. Digital business and IT, or technology innovation, and banking and finance. So these are slightly more affordable. They're 14,000 USD per year. And for this one, the 1+2 or 2+1 option to Manchester is extremely viable. So the curriculum will be the same with us as it would be in Manchester. So provided that your students have passed year 1, they can transfer to Manchester for year 2, or they pass year 2, they can transfer to Manchester for year 3. So this is a really nice, clean option and a visa-friendly route for your students to get to UK. We know it's very important for South Asian students. Many want the possibility of long-term employment and a life in the UK. We have computing programs with Stirling University. So again, you've got the 2+1 and the 1+2 options there. So you can see data science and AI and, excuse me, software engineering. And then again, with Manchester Metropolitan in our creative school, we have these portfolio-driven programs, which is illustration, animation, and graphic design. So I think a lot of you will know this. There's some very experienced people here today. We're talking a lot about progression to the UK before I hand over to Martin, who will tell you why it's even better to come and do a master's in Vietnam. But the key point for those that don't know is if a student wants that chance to be long-term in the UK, they have to spend at least 12 months of studies in the UK. So in the UK, we have a 1-year master's. So that can qualify for 12 months, or it could be the final year of a bachelor's. So this is the minimum amount of time that a student would need to spend to get an 18-month job seekers visa after graduation. I'm sure many of you know how this works. And you'll have students that have done this already. So it has changed from 24 months to 18, but this is still a really real possibility. And graduates do not need a sponsorship or a job offer. They have 18 months just to pursue work in the UK. Then, once students have secured employment, once they've secured employment, then they've really got long-term opportunities to remain in the UK under sponsorship and eventually to gain residency and citizenship. So this is the whole package of what we're offering that would start with 2 years in Vietnam, maybe 1 year in Vietnam, maybe 3 years, and then progression to masters for all of your students. This is why Richard is calling Vietnam the bridge to the UK. Yeah. Any comments? Excuse me, my phone is ringing.
Yes, absolutely. We get some questions coming inside. Many questions are regarding the scholarship. So they are interested to know what is the scholarship your school is offering.
I don't want to give too many spoilers away. You'll see very shortly we've got a fantastic scholarship program for Indian students. And we do see our agents as our strategic partners. So we want to work with you to recognize students to give these scholarships to. I won't give too much away, but we'll get to that in about 10 minutes. Yeah.
Perfect.
Any other questions, Richard? Or?
No. We are fine. Everyone is listening carefully. And everything is very clear.
Fantastic. Okay, well, I'm going to hand over now to my colleague, Martin. I'll let him introduce himself. So, Martin, over to you and to introduce the grad school.
Thank you, and thanks for having me and giving me the floor also to introduce the graduate school and our programs. A little bit about myself. This is my 20th year in higher education. 14 of those I have spent in transnational education in Hungary, where I am from, and now in Vietnam. But also I did my PhD in the UK at Leicester University, and then worked for around 7 years at City University in London. And so I kind of know the system inside and out, right? From the UK side as well as the transnational education side. And I came to BUV last November, so just about for half a year I've been here. And Matt was saying that the one thing you can see if you go on our website is this wide variety of international faculty members who we have, who are all internationally qualified, did their PhDs abroad, even if they are Vietnamese, and are bringing in all that experience to the students. And of course, the same is true for the graduate school and postgraduate level. One thing that we want to add in there with the faculty who teach on the various masters is the kind of practical approach, practical experience, and mixed with that international outlook and international global theory that comes with these people. So that's a little bit about me and the background. And as you can see on the screen, currently we have 2 programs. Both are in the field of broadly understood business management. One is an MBA with the University of Staffordshire, which is a 12-month degree if completed full-time. And it's ranked by QS as the 43rd best MBA in Asia, which is something we're very proud of. It's number one in Vietnam. So, that shows the quality of the program on top of everything that Matt said about the quality of British education in general. You can see the cost, you can see the entry requirements there. I think the point to emphasize is that I am trying to position this MBA more like an MBA that is, as it is understood in Europe and the US. So for people with work experience, right? And that's why we require at least 3 years, or on average 3 years of work experience, so that the classes can really develop on the basis of students' work experience, and really they can really discuss issues that either are happening at work or that have historically come up at work, and based the understanding of theoretical concepts or use theory really to better understand what goes on in students' working lives. The program with Staffordshire is novel in the sense that it places a big emphasis on certain aspects of business. It covers financials. It covers a bit of accounting. It covers a bit of risk management, and I think this is something that is quite different to many other MBA programs. So looking at risk, understanding how we deal with and manage risk. But it also has aspects which are more geared towards leadership, right? So cross-cultural management and communication is a very important module on the program. So a bit of professional and specific aspects of running a business, as well as transferable skills are covered. And generally, the program is aimed at professionals who already have some work experience and want to become generalists, become team leaders, become middle managers. On the other hand, you can see the MSc International Business Management, which is a dual degree program that we are starting this September with Manchester Metropolitan University. And so students get 2 degrees at the end, one from Manchester Metropolitan and separately another one from British University of Vietnam. The latter will be called a Master of Business, and in brackets, International Business. And so again, this is a 12-month full-time program. Sorry, I forgot to say about the MBA that it has 2 intakes, September and January, so students can choose when they want to start or when they can get to Vietnam. The International Business Management actually has 3 intakes. It's September, end of September, January, and May. And so there's a lot of opportunity for students just to come at the next entry point if they missed the previous one, and hopefully this gives them a lot more flexibility. The fee still says subject to confirmation, but it has been confirmed 99% that it's $19,000 for this program. And it's international business management. So, it includes a bit of theories about international business, then emerging markets, and students will actually look at different parts of the world and understand how to do business there and why it makes sense to do business there. It will include, again, aspects of finance, called development finance in this case, as well as, again, practical skills like project management. And so it's a nice combination, again, of that theoretical background with the practical nature. And I think one thing that again, we have really scaled up since I've come in is really this practical and quite a bit Southeast Asia, South Asia oriented nature of the program, so that students could learn more about how to do business practically, especially with the international business management in an area of the world that is so rapidly developing than nowhere else, really. Right. Entry requirements. As Matt has already said, a bachelor's degree is fine. If students study their bachelor's in English, then they don't need to show any IELTS scores, and that's accepted. If they need IELTS, then they can, of course, bring in an IELTS, but I'm a big fan of the Duolingo language test, and that is accepted for the MSc International Business Management as well. So it's cheaper and easier and faster to do. There's no work experience required. It's open to both degrees are open to absolutely anyone with any sort of background. And actually, the interview will be waived for most applicants if they have hit a minimum GPA that they come in with. So more or less, this is what I would say about the existing programs. Of course, we will have new programs next year, and so I would already like to put this out there. It's being finalized, but most likely we will have something called AI for digital business. We hope that this will attract a lot of interest, and we have a very good computing school here, so we can rely at the grad school level as well on faculty members from the computing school. And another idea that is very close to being finalized is a master's in educational leadership. So anyone who wants to be an educator, who works in an international school, could come and do that master's. Both of these will be, again, fairly short as per the British model. And finally, just to answer that question, because Matt promoted that I would, why do it here and not in the UK? Well, I think in terms of education, I have already mentioned that the quality is really high. QS ranking shows that what we're doing it quite well. And faculty is absolutely international, but we're bringing in all the guest speakers and all the local visits to businesses to give it a Vietnam sort of flair and taste. obviously, with just to reiterate, with the travel disruptions going on in the world, with the difficulty of getting visas to the big four markets, it is much, much easier to come to Vietnam. Cost of living is probably the lowest wherever I've been in the world, and I've been to quite a few countries. And the tuition fee, if you look at it, $19,000. I mean, compare the same degree with Manchester itself, it will be around $28,000 for a non-UK national to do it. So cheaper tuition, cheaper living costs. And so I think all of this combined with quality and the practical nature of the modules really adds up to a really good package.
Martin,
And I
I
think
have
that's
some
it.
questions
Yes,
to you. Martin,
please.
yes, is PTE score acceptable?
As far as I know, yes, most major English tests are acceptable, but if you want, I can look at the list. It is 65 with no component below 59 is the minimum threshold.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you very much for this answer. Then another question. During the master program, is possible student can work in Vietnam?
Yes, they can work, and working hours are not limited as far as I know, but Matt should nod if, yeah. So yeah, absolutely. We are also working with, we have a new center at the university, which is called Corporate and Industry Engagement. And so part of the remit of this new center is to ascertain that students have placement positions available, or obviously can be actually hired for work. And we're building connections both with well, all three of Vietnamese companies, Chinese companies, because that's a big thing at the moment, but also Indian companies in Vietnam.
Yeah. Martin and Matt, is possible to see the university? Do you have some photos or maybe a short video? Because the question come in now, if they can see the university. Maybe Matt, you have a photo or something or from the website that maybe you can share a second before that we continuing. The interest is
Sure.
very high. We have 38 agents with us here today at the moment, 39. One just joined us. Hello, Ms. Upendra Singh. So Matt is looking to find the possibility to have a video or photo of the university because
We have a video, Richard, but will it play well on Zoom?
Yeah, just a 1 minute so that we can see it, the campus, just to have an idea about the campus.
Okay, the video I've got is about 2 minutes actually, but we'll play maybe a minute of it and see how it looks. Just bear with me 1 second.
Yes, we are here with you. We are all here, 39 agents, and we enjoyed
just
this
to add,
moment.
so I mentioned that I joined last November, and of course, you look at universities' websites, and the websites sometimes can look very different to what you find in reality. And I was really, really delighted when I arrived that what the video shows, and I hope you will like it, is actually what it is like and how it feels.
Thank you very much. Miss Upendra Singh, you wanted to say something? Please.
Yes, of course. I would like to thank you for inviting me to be here on this August. I mean, the gathering of your all, I mean, the professionals and partners. Really appreciating Richard once again.
Thank you.
Since I am, I have been appointed as the co-decarbonizing committee between the UK and India of shipping industry and aviation industry as well. So I would like to ask Mr. Matt or Mr. Martin, are you offering any masters in shipping management courses? This is one question. And,
it's a really good question, and again, something we are definitely thinking about. My short answer
quickly.
is that the Vietnam market.
Quickly. Yes,
sorry,
why
can you
it
hear
is
me?
so? I would like to mention. I would like to mention that India is constructing the one port in Vietnam. There is almost a 4,000 employees we have transferred from here. This is number. Openly, I'm just expressing my, the wish and my intention is to add this another particular course immediately, so that I can recommend my colleague, Mr. Richard, a number of students quickly. I can shift out quickly because they are expected to join one of Scotland, the university soon, because I am them. And one of Norwegian, the company, which is the big company run by my class fellow in Norway. They are constructing the Scotland FSRU, floating regasification unit there, and the investment nearby 1 billion there. So they require not less than 5,000 immediate, the employees to be deployed there. So
Wow,
Richard,
this
I
is
would like to ask
excellent.
you to, immediately you recommend, yes, recommend these, the universities which are offering MBA in sustainable development course. So design, one more, the courses specifically in marine ecological, the management with AI with ecological management. That is the new courses. I hope that other universities already designed. Please look into that. Hopefully that I will forward number of students quickly to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Singh. Thank you very much. Obvious, all of you will receive a follow-up email, and you will receive a link where you can schedule a one-to-one meeting with Matt and Martin directly, and then after we will proceed in this step. So today we give you a warm-up about British University Vietnam and explain about the different. Now we just show the video of the university, just 1 minute, ladies and gentlemen, then we continue. I know we have many questions come inside. Please, Matt.
Sure. Well, it's great to have a lot of questions. Here's a quick look at the campus.
Beautiful campus, very beautiful, very big, very, wow, it looks very impressive. So 2,000 students inside is fantastic, very modern, elegant, like it should be in 2026.
I would like to take 1 sec, Mr. Richa. I'm sorry to interrupt you for only 1 sec only. Matt, your BUV university is offering free Vietnamese language courses there or not?
It's an excellent question. You seem to be preempting our strategy with your questions. Yeah, this is something that we're very, very keen to do. We haven't until now because we haven't had such a big number of international students. But September 2026 should be our first pretty big cohort. So we're expecting about 70 plus international students to arrive. So this is something that we would like to roll out for this first cohort. And as you're already identifying, there are job opportunities. There is a possibility for Indian graduates to stay in Vietnam, and those that speak English and Vietnamese will have fantastic career prospects. So it's something that we're very keen to do. Martin and I both learn Vietnamese.
Yes.
Sorry, please go ahead, Mr. Singh.
Indian speaks English, many languages, but they don't speak the Vietnamese and Chinese language faster. So I would like you to add the free courses, foundation courses initially, as they are landing in Vietnam or elsewhere where you're offering. You just offer 1 month, 2 months the courses, which is mandatory.
Yeah, Mr. Singh, we have to continue with the presentation. We have many agents as well. So I invite you to have a one-to-one meeting with Matt This will help you to move forward. Let's continue to show the video presentation of the school, of the campus,
Okay,
which is very impressive.
Yeah, let's carry on.
So very elegant, by the way, very nice video, very nice campus. I think this level up your university in Hanoi, Vietnam. And I think that all the Indian students who will come here in this British University in Vietnam will just take advantage about the campus atmosphere and location. It's just beautiful. Wow. So, ladies and gentlemen, on the 21 to the 23 of May, it will be a tour to visit the campus. If some of you are interested, and I already shared this information before, but I will continue to share this information as well with a follow-up email, you are more than welcome to register for the tour in Hanoi, Vietnam, from the 21 to the 23 of May, so you can visit the campus yourself. Accommodation is included. British University in Vietnam will offer the accommodation to all the agents who will go on the 21 to the 23 of May. Then in addition, I know as well that Matt is preparing a tour in India, and he will go to different locations, which include Mumbai, which include Bangalore and other locations as well. And so we will keep you up to date. But what is very important, the next step is, if you're very seriously interested, visit the campus. It can be a first step for you to make video, to meet the staff, to meet students directly, physically, and to have a fantastic overview of this beautiful place. Matt, one question came inside immediately. What about accommodation?
That's a good question. So part of your visit to BUV...
No, accommodation for the students, sorry.
Sure, yeah, but part of the visit to BUV would include seeing the student accommodation. So at the moment, we don't have our own dormitories. That what you see of our campus is phase 1, which was built in 2018, and phase 2, which was finalized last year in 2025. So now the university has capacity for 5,000, and phase 3 will very likely include student accommodation as well. So there'll be on-campus accommodation, and full capacity will be 8,000 to 10,000.
Wow.
Teaching capacity, yeah, with I would think hundreds of options for students to live on campus as well. At the moment, what we have is worth unpacking where the campus is a little bit. So we have Hanoi, which is the capital city of Vietnam. We have Ho Chi Minh in the north. We have Ho Chi Minh in the south, which is kind of the business capital of the country. So you've got Hanoi, cultural, political capital, and Ho Chi Minh, commercial capital in the south. So we're in the Hanoi metropolitan area. It's about 40 minutes to go from where we are, which is a township called Eco Park. So it's a pretty new township, 10 to 15 years old. And it's an eco, as the name would suggest, green urban space, smart city, very safe, feels like a bit like a gated community, but it's a vibrant township of more than 50,000 people. And this is where I live. This is where Martin lives. And most of the students live within this area as well. So students can easily walk to campus. In Vietnam, motorbike is very popular, but BUV does offer a complimentary shuttle bus service as well that operates every day, that takes students from the accommodation within Eco Park to the campus. And I have a couple of pictures on one of the next slides of what the accommodation looks like as well. It's very fancy. It's far beyond what I stayed in at Leeds University in the early 2000s.
Great. Matt, we have to continue because everyone is asking me now about the scholarship. The 10 minutes passed, and they want to know what is the scholarship for bachelor students and master students, or only bachelor. Maybe if you can show this information as well, if you can share this, it will be very helpful for the agents who are with us here today. I think
Sure.
many already put me this question down, and so we can share this information now. Matt is now sharing his presentation. Here we go.
Yeah, I'm very happy that the agents are more concerned about scholarships than commission. This is a very, very good sign that everybody puts the students first. Just before I get to the scholarships, it is the next slide, but just worth you considering revisiting what the tuition fees are. So here's the tuition fees. That's the photo of the accommodation that I was talking about. That is the best student accommodation I've seen anywhere in the world, personally. And look how affordable it is. A student can get a single bedroom place that looks like this for about 300 USD a month. It's really good value for money. So you'll find that Vietnam living costs are pretty comparable to most major cities in India. Yeah, so living costs, very affordable. These are the base tuition fees. And the scholarship that you'll see in the next slide applies to the tuition fee component. So this is what we offer to bachelor students. So when we work with agencies, we offer 25 and 50% scholarships. What we would like to do generally, I hope that we'll start working with many people who've joined the webinar today immediately. So it's May, it's the start of May. Our intake is September. We have about 3 months still before the application deadline closes for bachelor programs. If those of you here today can recruit 3 students, I think that's an excellent first intake. So for anybody that could recruit 3 students, we can offer your students 2 25% scholarships for 2 students, and we can offer 150% scholarship for one of the students. And as I said earlier, by the way, this says Indian and Sri Lankan passport holders, Nepali passport holders are also eligible for this. So this applies to
Matt,
yeah.
I have to stop you urgently.
Yeah.
We have with us here today as well Mrs. Hilal Dogu from Turkey. Turkey is a very fantastic country, and she worked a lot with students. And she immediately asked me, and what about Turkey? Can she have the same deal as well, like you offer this for Indian?
We prioritize students in the neighboring countries for the high-level scholarships, but the good news is Turkish students are also eligible for scholarships. So
Fantastic.
Turkish students can receive a 25% scholarship. What they would need to do is apply before 31st of July. So for everybody here today, or for those of you that have bachelor students, your students should apply before 31st of July. They should do their online application, that's the academic application, and they submit a scholarship application, which is a 400-word motivation letter. No tricks, no surprises. We will give your counselors training on how the students can prepare this letter. What we really want to see is commitment to being an international student ambassador of our university. So Vietnam is a new study destination. It's really important. I think many of you have not visited Vietnam. Those of you that have probably visited on tourism, maybe somebody's done a conference in Ho Chi Minh, but most of you probably have not visited universities in Vietnam. So you will be very impressed when you come to visit us later this month. The video looks good. The campus looks 10 times better in person. But the key point is we will show your students, your first cohorts of students, a fantastic experience here. And we want them to be the spokespeople of not just our university, but education in Vietnam. And of course, we're promoting the opportunity to go to study in the UK. But so far, many students join believing that they'll progress to the UK, and they have such a good time studying with us, they end up staying, not just for their bachelor's, but for their master's program as well. So this is a really important component of the scholarship application. It is the student's motivation to be an international ambassador for BUV, and we want to hear some ideas as to what they'll do. So I'll shoot some videos, I'll lead some reviews, I will be an events ambassador. They can work with you. They can refer students to the agency that's helped recruiting them. So all of these are initiatives that can qualify for being an international ambassador. So that's what we really look at in the scholarship application form. And we work with you as the agent to really prioritize those students with the most financial need to give those 50% scholarships to. Yeah, so these are reserved for the students that really need that support. We don't ask them to provide any bank statements. So we see that as part of our partnership where the agent gives us more insight to the family and financial circumstances of students. Yeah. Anybody with questions? Richard?
Yeah, Matt, we got more question inside. One of the question is, what is the initial deposit and when the initial deposit must be paid?
Okay. I think that might be on my next slide. Let me jump to that one and I'll come back to these later. So we've got all of these questions that were being asked about English language waivers to cover as well. So there's application fee and deposit. Where it's put very nicely is here on this visa application slide. So this is the process to be accepted, apply for the visa and arrive. So you can see here about the deposit. It's 40% of the semester one tuition fee. Generally, that's going to be about 2,000 to 3,000 USD. And of course, with scholarships, it will be different as well. So this is the process to A, secure place, but B, to do the visa application. And what's extremely friendly about the Vietnam visa policy is there is no checking of bank statements at all. Yeah, I know it's a big difference to the UK. So your students, all they'll have to do is be conditionally accepted, pay 40% of their semester one tuition fee, pay a visa application fee, which is 145 USD. And my colleagues, visa compliance team, will guide the students through the whole process. In fact, we will manage the process. So all the students need to do is attend an online meeting with my colleagues. Their parents can attend, their agents can attend as well. We will explain to them the documentation that they need to complete. They have two options for the visa. They can either collect at their embassy or consulate in country, or they can collect at the airport in Hanoi. So they can choose between the two options. And everything else is handled by our visa compliance team. Yeah. So answering the question, I hope, about deposit very clearly, but also I wanted to share with you how the visa process works. So I'm not exaggerating when I say this is one of the most friendly student visa policies you'll find anywhere in the world. I'm from the UK. It is a world of difference to the UK's current visa policy.
Matt, two questions. One question is a very interesting one. What is the policy for the refund? Let's presume someone will not get the visa. I presume that is not the case in Vietnam so far, but in case someone will get a visa rejected, and how long it will take to get the visa usually?
On the screen you can see the time frame. So it's 20 to 45 working days.
Yeah,
it is usually quicker to be honest, and we even do have an option for fast track visas, which costs about 200 USD. Generally, BUV covers that fee, so we can do fast track visa for late applicants. We tried to avoid that, but there is a possibility. The refund policy, as I said, we didn't have a visa rejection to date. So what we would do first is we would appeal if there was any reason that a visa was rejected. If the appeal was unsuccessful, then BUV would refund the money. Yeah, so the application fee would be non-refundable. That's about 80 USD, but the tuition fee would be refundable under this circumstance of a visa not being approved.
A question from Mr. Jindal came inside in concern the scholarship. I mean, the next intake is September. There is another intake in January as well, or is only once per year?
Martin mentioned the intakes for master's programs. So
Master is clear.
Yeah.
For bachelor?
For bachelor, yeah. So September we have as our main intake for bachelor. And then we also have a January intake for selected programs, that doesn't include University of London programs at the moment. So September is the major date to keep in mind for the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But January is available as well, correct?
Yeah, we do have a selected number of programs in pretty much every major. So business and creative, there's certainly options in January intake. Yeah.
And the question from the agent is if the scholarship is as well available for January intake or is only for September intake?
A good question. Well, January intake will be a new financial year for us. So currently we have a scholarship framework that's approved for 2026. So if you want to be safe to secure these 25 and 50% scholarships, September is best. I believe in January we'll have a new scholarship package, but there's a lot of discussions going on at the university at the moment as to, which Martin knows well, as to whether we'd have a lower list price or we'd offer more scholarships. So again, something that we would like to do during this fam trip, and for those of you that I can visit in India later this month, is get your insights about what works best in the Indian market. Do students prefer a lower list price or do they prefer scholarship? Now, in my experience, scholarships in South Asia are very popular.
Yeah.
The leaders of our university are not from South Asia, the top leaders. So any insights we can have from agents will be invaluable to shape university policy in January 2027 onwards on scholarships.
Okay, a question, very interesting question, came inside as well from another Indian agent, a very interesting one, and I know it's quite interesting to answer the questions. If a student enroll in Vietnam campus, can he do this program online back in India and then move to the UK?
Martin, do you want to take this one? Do you have a clear answer for postgrad? I can give mine afterwards.
Well, the short answer is no.
Okay,
I'm afraid. The bit longer answer, we're looking into it. Vietnamese higher education law defines how much time students have to spend on campus during their degree, and that's much higher than in many other countries. And so there are difficulties around offering online courses. So at the moment, the answer is no. What they can do, however, is complete any pre-sessional English if they need it. So if for masters, if somebody doesn't have the IELTS 6.5 and would need it, then they can do what we call EAP, which is English for academic purposes. And so they can take that course online with a combination of synchronous live and asynchronous classes. And that goes back to 5.5, 5.0, and 4.5 as well. We have different levels of this English course.
Yeah, very interesting. Now let's go to the administration side. How long it will take to prepare an offer letter? You get application. What next? How long it will take usually?
It's a good question. So the way we work with agents is we only do an application when we are certain that your students are academically going to be accepted. So the process to get an offer made is very quick. It's normally 2 working days. But the first step that we do is we collect academic documents from our agents. So that's part of my job and the team that I lead's job. You'll have a dedicated account manager at BUV who will be your key contact. Not just for sales activities, but for administrative matters like this. Of course, when you have applications, that's the person to send the student profiles to. So we'll quickly review the student profile with our admissions department, and then we'll get back to you to tell you, yes, the student's eligible for the program, or no, they're not eligible, which is rare. Or sometimes what the case is, they are eligible, but they may need something extra, or another program might be a better fit. So these are the different outcomes. So that process normally takes about a week in most cases. It can be quicker as well. Once we do that, we send you a unique application link. So that's very, very important. Each program has a different application link. So please don't use the same link don't share the links with all your different applicants, because there'll be a bespoke link for each intake and for each program. And when you do the online application, very standard, there'll be a section where you declare the name of the agency, or the student the applicant will declare the name of the agency on the application form. So that's how we associate the application with your agency. That makes sure that we pay you the commission as quickly as possible, without any administrative barriers. Yeah. So it's
Now we want
really
to know
great.
the commission. We want to know the commission, Ahmed. You just put the commission on board. This is why we are here.
This is why we're here. Yeah. So the first thing to say is I really hope that everybody today will follow up. So it's so great to see so many people here. As I said, we're open for business. So we very much want to have more South Asian students here at our campus. As I said, we've got capacity for 5,000, and we've only got about 2,500 at the moment. So we have plenty of space for your students. The commission rates. So you keep in mind net tuition fee. So you can review these slides later and do some calculations. So we pay commission on the base fee after the scholarship's been deducted. Okay, so something else to keep in mind. So that's one reason that we offer this level of scholarship to the students, because it's a win-win, we believe, where the student gets a great discount, but also the agent gets a good revenue in terms of commission. So you can see really, really competitive for an emerging study destination. I believe the kind of commission that we pay is on par with good Australian universities. I have 14 years experience in this sector, so I believe this is very internationally competitive. You can see that it's performance related commission. So we pay increased commission if you recruit more students in a given intake, starting from 20% of year one net, going all the way up to 35% if you recruit more than 15 students in an intake. As I said earlier, 3 students will be a great start. 1 student is a great start in year one. So we want to just start working together. But some of you maybe can deliver these big numbers, potentially even straight away. So that is the earning potential. We pay fixed pen. Yeah.
The last question came inside. I think this is one of the most important questions at the moment. Is if a student complete 1 year in Vietnam, okay, a bachelor or 2 years, and he want to go to the UK, will your team, yourself, someone from your team, help the students for the visa process and maybe assist them to prepare for the CAS interview in order that the students will be then easily moving forward to the UK? Will have a support the students on this?
Yes, we have a dedicated mobility team, and their job is to do inbound student mobilities. So they do short-term exchange programs for international students that come to BUV for, say, a semester or for a year. They do outbound in the same way. And they also do outbound where students transfer or progress to another university. So that's a dedicated team of 6-7 people. There's quite a lot of resource for a university of 2,000 students, actually, for that activity. And part of their job is, yes, to provide these students, our Vietnamese students, our other international students, as well as Indian and South Asian students, with these opportunities to go progress to the UK. Richard, you're very experienced in this sector yourself. I think we both believe from our previous discussions that if a student has done 2 years in Vietnam, it's going to be much easier. Although we don't know the algorithm that the UKVI use and how they make decisions, but it should be much sounder, and they've got a higher chance of a visa approval, right?
Absolutely.
If they've already got, yeah.
Absolutely, definitely. I mean, if they do 2 years in Vietnam, they're ready. I mean, to do a CAS interview, they can do this without any issue with the left hand. I mean, if then the university is helping them to just prepare them a little bit for the CAS interview, because anyway, there is always a CAS interview as well. If they do only 1 year in the UK, the final year, or if they want after 1 year Vietnam move to the UK, there will be always a CAS interview. Either way, whatever university they will choose. So, but obvious, I mean, after 1 year Vietnam, the student is well prepared, the English level is very high, and they know exactly how to answer the questions. And every university always provide a list of questions, how the student should prepare themselves for the CAS interview. But it's great that your university is helping the students to enter in this process for then applying in a UK university. So I think this is, so 6-7 people working on this team is excellent. I mean, 2,000 students to handle is not easy matter. Obviously, they need a support team to help the students. And I think the commission you're offering is excellent as well, 20%, 25%. Even the scholarship, you offer 25% scholarship, you have 20% commission. Even some students get 50% scholarship plus 20% commission. Is not much left for the university. So I think that this is a win-win for everyone, especially for the Indian who choose now to enter in the Vietnam deal, the Vietnam bridge deal, because now is the right time. Now is the time that you get a good commission, you get excellent scholarship. Your students can just do 1 year in Vietnam, 2 years, and then move to the UK, or they can do the bachelor there and then move to the UK, or they can do directly the master with Marton. Say they can enter directly with a master, a 1 year master, which can help them to progress in their life as well. And the university is informing the students as well about the job disponibility around Hanoi. There are a lot of sources where the students can get jobs, so they can work all the time. As soon as they arrive, they can start to work. There is no problem. So, and usually students, they easily get a job in Vietnam, in Hanoi. It's a very busy city. I have been there many, many times. So I presume that your students will only take advantage to do this rich in Vietnam, let's call it like this one. And in my view, if in addition, some of you will be interested to visit the campus on the 21 to the 23 May, this will add as well your additional know-how about the university, so it's much more easy to sell. So I think that some of you should do a one-to-one meeting with Matt. I will do a follow-up email with all of you. I will share a copy of the PowerPoint presentation. I will share a copy of this recorded workshop made today. And I will share a copy of the Calendly, which is the portal where you can schedule one-to-one meeting with Matt and Marton. So you can talk to them as well. They will give you an agreement directly. So you will sign up an agreement directly with the university. And as Matt just showed, he will prepare to visit Mumbai on the 28th of May. He will be at the Grand Hyatt. And this can be very interesting for you if some of you are in Mumbai. Some other who are interested to join the trip on the 21 to the 23 of May, 2-night accommodation and airport pickup is covered. So you should move forward and say, okay, this can be a good step. And either way, logically, if you don't have time now in May, you can schedule with Matt another date. It can be in June, can be in July, can be in August, or whatever. What we can say here is that the great advantage is as well the visa, because as Matt say, is take around 20 days, but they have as well fast track visa. So that means that student can get visa in 7-10 days. So this is a very big advantage. So let's presume your student for any reason was rejected from a UK university. All of us have rejected students from UK university. So what we do with these students? Should we let them home or give them an opportunity? Let's say in June or July, you receive 5-10 students who are rejected, 3 students who are rejected for any reason. Then you can offer them this opportunity to go to Vietnam for 1 year or 2 years and then after go back to the UK. How was the dream initially? So you have to consider all these points. Vietnam is a solution for many different options, and it's close to India. It's fast to go there. No visa problem. No bank requirement document. And easygoing application process. So there are a lot of small advantage to apply your students in Vietnam in 2026. I think this is what I want to say to all of you agents who are with us here today. I think Matt and Marto, you did an excellent presentation. And I leave the last message to you, Matt, and to you, Martin. If you want to say something, please.
Oh, thanks so much. Well, I'm grateful to Martin that he's stayed for this session and joined us today. So I'll offer him the chance to share any words first. Do you want to say anything,
Right,
Martin?
thank you. No, I'd just like to thank everyone for joining us today. And we're really looking forward to having your students on campus. As I said, faculty is absolutely international at this point. So we're really looking forward to making the student body even more international than it currently is.
Thank you,
Thanks
Martin.
so much, Martin. Yeah. I'll just reiterate the point that Rich has done or made already. So on the screen now, you can see a QR code. Please scan that now if you would like to come and visit us this month. You can also, if you're in Mumbai or you have colleagues in Mumbai, you can scan that same QR code and tell us if you'd like to meet us when we're in Mumbai the week after. And if you're ready for an agent contract as well, you're convinced from today that Vietnam's a great option and BUV for your students, we can start to work together immediately. We have very flexible requirements. So generally we ask for a reference or an accreditation such as British Council or ICEF. I know that most of you have this, if not all of you have this. So we can pretty much start working together straight away after a follow-up meeting. So if you scan this QR code, we'll know what you're interested in. The Hanoi fan trip here at BUV, meeting in Mumbai, agency contract, and it can be all three if you like as well. So we're very much looking forward to working together. So great to see so many people here. Richard, thank you for all your hard work and your team. Incredible effort to promote this and get so many people here today. It's wonderful to see that people are looking for a new study destination. And I truly believe, I've been in Vietnam for 2 years. I truly believe this is a fantastic option. Just more people need to know about it.
Thank you, Matt. I hope you give the opportunity as well to our Turkish agents who are with us here today. Yeah. I mean, Turkey is a great country, and I have been to Turkey many times, even to Mersin, Istanbul, and many other locations. They have great students, great people, and other agents as well, like I mentioned before, from Nepal. I mean, Nepalese students are very good students. They study a lot in the UK, by the way, for your information. So Nepal is a very interesting market, and other market as well. I mean, I do not know how much is your capacity in refer of Pakistani students or Afghani students, but Pakistan is a very interesting market for the UK, even Afghanistan. They have a lot of students. I mean, Pakistan is, I think, number 5 or 4 in the UK of international students, Afghanistan as well. So consider this option as well, because I know they are very good students, especially for master program, Martin, especially for master. The majority of the Pakistani students that go into the UK that I know from the agents, many of them, they do the master, they do the 1-year master. So very interesting one. Just for your information. So if you can consider them as well, it would be fantastic. Okay, Matt.
We're open. Look, we do not discriminate. We have a very fair access admission policy. So the entry requirements we've shown today apply to certainly for masters, which we focused on. A bachelor degree from any of those countries will get you admission onto a BUV masters. The English language requirements will be different, of course, for a student from Afghanistan compared to India. They don't have the same education system. But what we've shown today generally applies to everyone, and at least the 25% scholarship for all international students that apply before 31st of July is available to all international students applying through our partner agents.
Thank you very much, Matt. It was my pleasure. Thank you, Martin. Thank you, all the agent. It was my pleasure. And I will do a follow-up email with all of you with all the detail. I will make you in contact with Matt as well. And I think, thank you, Simran, to join us today. Thank you, everyone. It was very, very nice. And I'm sure we can do good business together with Vietnam. And Matt will be available for a one-to-one meeting. Remember, if you want to go to Vietnam, 21, 23 of May, 2 days, everything is offered over there, accommodation, pickup, lunch. So very important. If you have time, I will do a follow-up email this afternoon, my afternoon. After lunch, I need a small break now. And then if you receive the email today and tomorrow, if you think over by the end of the week, beginning of next week, to confirm to Matt if you wish to attend the farm tour. Thank you very much for everyone. Thank you. Have a great day and good health.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.